Welcome back to this week's Off the Record podcast, and in today's episode, why did you start DJing? I am going to sell my kidneys for a pair of glasses. And what has DJing become? Jamie, roll the titles.
Music, industry talk, stories, equipment and more. We are Crossfader and this is off the record. Off the record. Off the record.
It's James Corden that says roll the titles, isn't it?
Is it?
I've seen that. I've always wanted to say that. Welcome back to this week's Off the... What do you think of James Corden? He's weird, isn't he? He's polarising.
I quite liked him.
I like him.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise there was this thing where loads of people literally hate him. There was a poll going around, wanted to get not let him back in the UK.
I think it was like he was like a British person that went to America and everyone's like, you can't come back.
I mean, his career went supersized.
Oh, yeah.
Fair
Why do you want to come back, mate? Yeah. It's freezing. Anyway, enough about James Corden. Welcome back to this week's Off the Record podcast. Guys, I'm going to start off with a beautiful story.
Oh, wow. Straight into it. Let's do it.
A beautiful one, right?
Let's go.
Just wanted to tell you about my transition from bedroom DJ to first club gig. I played my first club gig as one of the openers for Cascade.
Whoa.
And holy shit, I'm still riding that high today. It felt surreal to step into that DJ booth, touching CDJ 3000s, and until now, I've only ever seen them on YouTube. The powerful bass of the club speakers gave me goosebumps. The lighting, the visuals that accompanied my set was literally the stuff I dreamed about. And when I played my favourite track, All You Need Is Love by Avicii, I was ready to cry tears of real joy. Yes.
Wow.
Tune.
Yes.
How do you top it?
I went into this planning to do this as one of a bucket list type thing, but I wanted to feel all out again. I'm addicted. I've never played for more than maybe 10 people, and last night I probably played for 100. This is wild to me. Honestly, I'm not sure why I felt like sharing this. Maybe it's to encourage other bedroom DJs just to go for it. Break out your comfort zone. You won't regret it. Now, there is an update to this, which actually gives on some advice, but wow, that's it. That's it.
That's amazing.
This is what it's about.
I mean, there's a lot of things in there, isn't there? Like, you got to play with an artist.
Yeah, he does go on to say, we'll get onto this, but it kind of like brought me back to like, why did we start DJing? So I put a question out on Instagram as well, so I've got some of the answers from the Crossfader community. But yeah, I mean, that is what it's about, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
First moments.
I know that thing of like that feeling of where you sometimes you do feel like crying. You're like, this is an emotional moment
this
right
is
now.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you feel the energy of the people that you're playing the music for, and especially when they all tap into that they're all the right crowd and you're playing the right music, and you just get that like. It's hard to describe, isn't it? It's so hard to describe.
Tell me about some of those moments, guys. Tell me about some of your first gigs.
In the comments, because we're live as usual.
Guys, welcome if you are live in YouTube and all of the stuff. Anyone watching live, we're talking about getting your first gig. So if you've got any gig stories, or just let us know, where was your first gig? Was it a club? Was it a restaurant? Was it a bar mitzvah? Was it, did you just open your bedroom window and DJ for your neighbour? Like, let us know, because we're going to get into some of ours as well.
I mean, I think one of the most common ones that's probably going to pop up, which CPT Chaos said, is the love of music. Why else? Sharing,
of course,
caring. I mean,
of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
We're all about that.
Yeah, some of the Crossfader community responses, the love of music, the passion, the vibes, love of house music, to share my passion with the world. And then there's some like DJ related ones. So Avicii's set, Martin Garrix, watching Fatboy Slim, watching Fred again, controlling the crowd, wanting to keep that old school hip hop and R&B alive. I hear you, bro.
Okay.
Dennis Sultra, James Hype, Skrillex, the love of music, Marshmallow's concert on Fortnite.
Okay. I mean,
wherever you get your inspiration, isn't it?
That's cool.
Wherever you see it, it might be like, some movie you see, like someone DJing it or something like that. What are some of your first memories, gang? What are some of your first DJ memories that you can remember? Were you still in high school?
Yeah. I was like early years of high school. To be fair, I used to hate dance music.
Oh yeah,
like, so much. Like I was just like a hard opposite, like rock metal guy. That's all I used to like. Yeah,
metal. Did you play some rock metal sets?
Nah, nothing like that. But It was, when I first heard Prodigy, because that's like kind of hybrid of like dance and rock stuff. Listen to that, and I was like, whoa, okay. That was it. And then saw DJing was a thing. Yeah. That was it. That was me.
I've got to say, there's some amazing comments coming in already. I'm just frantically like favoriting loads, so I'm going to read some out in a minute. Yeah, mine, do you know what? Why did I start DJing?
Yeah.
It was a straight up like passion for just experimenting and being creative. It was an outlet of creativity for me because it was before I'd ever been to a club. So the only experience I'd had of DJs prior to that was like my dad's friends who were DJs and like going around to their houses and seeing the turntables and thinking, that's cool. It's like a toy, you know. Oh, I can play this. That's music. And I can, you know, how everybody wants to, and they'd rock up in a club. They're like, can I do the scratch on your deck? Like, and they literally are like, want to go, and they think that's like, that's amazing that they can do that on a song. But as a kid, it is amazing. Like, you just think that's so cool that I can like take a song that I know and then like move it. So I think that's why I started DJing. And then like anything, it kind of just hooks you in.
It just does.
And I started on grime. Talking about music genres, like grime, big UK genre, and it had a massive surge when I first started over 10 years ago. Not longer than that. Not longer than that. I'm trying to narrow it down now. And then it had another big resurgence, and it's still quite popular in the UK as grime. And I used to play for a lot of MCs in my bedroom. So that was before clubs, you know. That's that was another reason when I actually started practicing and wanting to do it for people. It was actually to make mixtapes with MCing over instrumentals. And I used to go and buy lots of instrumental grime on vinyl, and I used to be the DJ for this little MC group while I was in high school, and it was cool. It was cool.
Sick. The man who has long hair, fast, and plays the handpan started on grime.
What a journey!
What a journey! Similar. So you know what? I was probably not gonna believe it. It's like super quiet kid, like out of high school, really, really quiet, and there was like a big friendship circle, and there was always like cool kids who. Like high school and when we first started going out, that I knew but didn't really hang around with. And as soon as I started DJing, I started like wanting to come round and like to the house. I was like, oh my god, I'm in here with like all the big dogs. I'm cool as all. And so I started because I wanted to like fit in or have something cool. And I was like the only kid like in my area for miles that had decks. And so, I'd have like, not like really house parties. People would come round before we would go to the clubs. So I met a lot of friends in like club scene. I used to go out before, like, you know, don't tell my mum, but I used to go out when I was 16, 17. Used to try and get into clubs, had a fake ID, all that kind of stuff. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. So then I found love music like before I was even like legally allowed to be in there, which did lead on to like, we threw what was supposed to be an 18-year-old party, but it was basically 16 to 18-year-old party. And we found this restaurant in city centre, and we convinced this guy, it was a Chinese restaurant, we convinced this guy that we were like 18 and that we were throwing like a college party. And he kept like asking him to see ID like up to the event and stuff. But we just went to this one like high school. And we sold like 300 tickets. And then this random Thursday night, this Chinese restaurant got like 300 people outside. And this guy quickly realised we were all under 18. But I think you were like, well, you know, we give him like $2,000 because we had like loads of money. And he's like, I thought it was just like, you know, we'll just see what happens. I hired my mate was a doorman at the time, but he was only like 18, 19, but he's got his doorman license. So we had him as a doorman. So it was really bad. But I was like, I just remember thinking, God, I felt so cool being able to bring all these people to like see like one of my events and stuff. And after that, it was just like all in. Like,
well, do you know what?
Should we get to some of these?
There's so much diversity here as well, which is great because it really paints a picture of just how many avenues there are into the industry and also how many reasons people, you know, choose to start taking up this amazing hobby. So let's just run through them in no particular order. So I'm going to put them up on screen as well. My dad was a DJ in the 70s at Pontin's holiday camp in Morecambe.
Listen, shout out Pontin, shout out Butlins.
UK crew.
From the UK, you know about caravan holidays, let's go.
He carried on when he came home, so the house was always full of records and equipment, so I guess that rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember getting some when I first got into DJ. My mum basically just asked anyone at her work if they had vinyls. And like she'd just come on with like at the time I was like, why do I want like a Prince vinyl? Whereas now I'm like, oh my god, I've got some Prince vinyls.
Do you know what's so weird? One of my best mates in high school, his dad was a DJ, and it was a similar time that I was starting to DJ, and he was like a full-time DJ, and I always find it weird, like where does he like? he goes out on a night and works on a night. Like, that's weird, but like I kind of understood. Okay, that's where DJing goes. And it used to be amazing going to his house and all these records in the room. We used to just get some out and have a play around on them. And that was around the time that I started as well, so it was quite nice. And then later on, it was like I was playing alongside his dad at like nights, years and years later, because he was still doing it, which was quite interesting.
Just to sort of branch off, right? So I was DJing last night. I was talking to my mate Dan, who I DJ with, and we were like, just because you said then, like, you know, this guy would used to go out and DJ at nights, and we were thinking like, where did the idea for the nightlife begin? I don't have an answer to this, but we're thinking, well, I was DJing a student night last night, and I'm like, why is this not on like 5 till 11, like 5 p.m. till 11? Right, why did the nightlife start off at like midnight? I want to actually dive into this. I might do some research for next week. But I'm like, we're all stood here waiting for someone. Like, not one person came in till 1 a.m. I'm like, all these students have got to go uni at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
But they finish uni at 5 p.m. So why do they all just come here at 6 p.m.
and then finish at 11 and then be fine the next day?
Yeah.
So anyway. I love what Annie Mac's doing. She's doing a thing in the UK. So Annie Mac's a big radio. Well, she was a big BBC Radio 1 DJ for anyone that's not from the UK. And she started. She had a family, and she still loved DJing and loved events.
Loved raves.
Yeah. So she started doing an event called Before Midnight, and it finished at midnight. So it was like from 7 till midnight. But she had like big artists on, and it was like just great vibes, you know. And again, but there's it's like one event. Why
that. You know, people finish work at 5 and stuff. So so anyway, we're gonna start a campaign anyway. We're gonna get a hashtag together.
DJ Danny Morgan says for the women. Haha.
I mean, it'd be like, come on.
I mean, at least he's probably being honest.
It works.
It
works.
Someone else said my wife landed me my first gig.
That's sick.
Before we started dating 15 years ago.
I love that. It's a love story. I wish I had some like.
Scott said first gig was a Mormon wedding.
No
booze allowed. Bangers wouldn't wake the dead.
Wow. That.
Yeah.
Okay. I guarantee you're on your own there.
Someone else, I started DJing from middle school. Again, it's nice to hear people starting, still while they're in education, still while they're young. That's definitely a story for me as well.
And also that depending on how old you are, that could be difficult, because when we started, there wasn't any DJ education. Zero. So that's quite hard to like even find the inspiration. Like, I had to go to nightclubs when I was 16 to know the DJ. Like, I didn't like have an idea of like, oh, DJs are cool. It was just like, I'm in a club, like, this is good.
Mr. Saint said my first show was at my area party that the DJ couldn't make it, and I gave it a try in 2002. Again, another popular route in is like
another avenue, isn't it? Just like hanging out. That's again. So when I used to go to clubs earlier, eventually I was just like, can I have a go at that?
Yeah. Someone else said my first gig was a pretty big club in Philly. As if it wasn't bad enough playing out the first time, I broke a needle in the middle of a set. Yes, it was vinyl, and the power went out. But then he also went on to say, that being said, every set afterwards was a breeze.
Yeah. If you start off really bad, that's a good way of looking at it.
Only way is up.
Only way is up.
This is a good one as well. DJ AD started later in life, in inverted brackets, but what pushed me into it was watching Tomorrowland 2020 virtual concert. Being a fan of the music for a while, but that encouraged me to do it. Again, there's a lot of people that get inspired by other DJs. By festivals are a big one. You go to a festival at the time of your life, and you're like, I want to do that for people.
Yeah, I have a vivid memory of watching Chase and Status, and it's the first time I've seen DJs with like visuals behind them that go into like the set, and I was like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I remember took my shirt off and threw it at the MC. I was like, I love this.
Another metalhead here said, my friends were all metalheads. I had no musical talent. I got into the house scene in the late 90s, then thought I need to do that. Took me 20 years, though, to pluck up the courage to learn. So, I mean, it just proves that, even if it's something in the back of your mind, you can just make that leap.
Yeah. So, and something always comes back to you. Like, I always like... I made music to a decent standard, never released anything, made like edits and mashups for my own, but something always, like every year, I'm like, ooh, I'd love to, I'll make a few tracks now and again. Stuff like that never leaves you, does it?
Right, I've got 2 more that I've favorited, and then I need to go back and find all the latest comments. So, but we'll. St. John said, I'm graduating DJ school this Sunday, and they have a connect with a club. We're playing 30-minute sets. Very nervous. Any advice? So that's awesome.
Sick. Yeah, I mean.
That must be a local DJ school to this person's area. You know, there's more and more schools, in-person schools cropping up around the world.
Good thing about that is you know your crowd. It should be like all your friends and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you'll know all the tracks that they love and all that kind of thing. So I wouldn't overthink that. You know what they want to hear. It's kind of stuff you would like as well.
And bring it all together. Have fun.
Have fun, man. Ask your friends what they want to hear beforehand and get a playlist together.
And this is just shout out Tom DeMore. Started DJing during COVID. A lot of people did.
Yeah,
and it's great to start hearing these stories off the back of that as well, because it's great stories coming out of that dark time for people, or time where maybe people struggled. So started DJing during COVID out of boredom. April 2022, I had my first gig for a student party. Since December, I've been taking paid gigs, which is going really well. In the past 8 days, I had 10 gigs.
Wow.
Yes.
10 gigs.
Have we got a round of applause?
Wait. Come on, man. This is what it's about, right? This is what it's about.
Right, I need to go back through the chat. Have you got something else?
Yeah, you know what? It's all getting a bit too happy. Let's bring the negativity vibes up. Let's go with this.
Ready drama, it's all over the place. People arguing, fighting, all up in your face. Ready drama. Ready drama.
If that's the first time you're hearing that, yes, Snoop Dogg did as a jingle. And what? So listen, let's just take the positivity down a bit and get to some Reddit drama. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
What has DJing become these days?
You can already see where this is going.
Picture what this guy looks like in your mind. All right?
I could probably read this comment out without seeing it.
Yeah. And all the buzzwords that you think you're going to hear, you're going to hear. I would like to hear your opinions about what you think a DJ means. Personally, I think being a DJ, in my opinion, is a better term is selector. It's truly all about the music. I spend most of my time working on my music, just digging through the most unknown stuff that no one else has. When it comes to mixing, I believe that sync is not the end of the world, but I will most likely never use it. Although using lots of effects can mess up the creation that the producer has put on their music. So I stay away from them. Right. I don't get why I need to be in the same category as other DJs that don't care about what they play. They get their music from top 40 hit lists and Spotify song radio. While they play, they just use sync and don't really care about what is going on, other than if people at the party and the host are happy. Did you hear that? Shall I just read?
Yeah.
So other DJs only care about that other people are happy, right? I'll carry on.
Okay.
Now, I understand that there is a demand for bad music, and those people are filling up that need. It's really lame, and there is so much amazing good music out there. Why are people into mediocre stuff? I guess I'm taking out of this discussion wedding DJs since they're being asked what to play, blah, blah, blah. This is just my personal opinion. If you happen to be the same as me, if you happen to be a person that does all that, that's fine. I just think it's okay and there's nothing special in it. What's the point?
This guy had a bad gig and decided to cry about it. That's all I've got from that.
So many like things. What is so mad is like it's saying like, DJs that play top 40 in Spotify radio, all they care about is making people happy at the party.
That's the point of your job. That is the point,
isn't it? It's the point. It's the point. Like, I don't understand. The top comment is this post reeks of pretentiousness. Yeah, this guy's just got it all wrong, and his values are just wrong. Like obviously, loads of different DJ styles out there, totally. But like, for you to define what DJ is for everyone, it's just like bizarre.
Yeah, I just think there's so many avenues of DJing. Like, you can't put it in one box. Like,
isn't there like he's got his lane, which is like, it sounds like he likes long blends, like vinyl, like. There isn't a top 40 guy on here going, oh, you know what? I hate these vinyl DJs who just play long blends and stuff, because who cares, man?
Stay in your lane.
It's just bizarre.
Enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying this, and this is the thing. Like, if you want to just, DJ for yourself and play the music that you love, then there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But that's where you do it at home in your bedroom, and maybe you have friends that are into the same music and you play for them as well. And I think this is where it crosses over into, okay, like, are you going to become a DJ that is making money? Are you going to become a DJ that is, doing gigs? Yeah. And then you've got to think, well, how specific are you going to go?
Yeah.
Because if you've got a very niche, music taste, and all you want to play is that niche music taste, then you've got to dig really deep to try and find somewhere to play that for people that are in the same boat as you. So I think finding the community first is definitely a big thing if that's you as a DJ. But
what I really took from that is like just the mentality of this person. It can't be helpful in any way.
No,
that this is sort of taking over you enough to be able to go and write this post on Reddit. This kind of mentality that like you're more elitist than somebody else who's doing it a different way is like, it just doesn't make sense to me in any way of like.
Do you know what we need? We need like the political spectrum, but in DJing too, we've got the right wing and the left wing DJs.
Totally.
And the alt-right and the alt-left. And I think
but it's just going to make you think of like all progression as bad, and it's like it's going to keep you in this tiny box.
It's a shame because Reddit's such a great place. Obviously, we're reading out Reddit dramas here, but Reddit is such a great resource and such a great place. Like, if you haven't checked out Reddit, go and join some of the groups on there because it is full of support and advice. And it's a shame to hear, comments like that because there's so many new DJs on the Reddit forum that, like, is that going to, deter them? Are they going to think, am I doing something wrong? Like, just because I want to play music that people love, is that the wrong way to be a DJ? And no, it's not. We're here to say no, it's not.
There's some great because stuff like this, you get great comments like this. This one comment says, "This smacks of gatekeeping big time with a dash of mind reading." Blah 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 blah. And it's like it is that thing of this gatekeeping thing. Like, just let any type of DJ be what they want. Obviously, like DJs have faults and things like that, and I don't mind calling out people who are doing it the fake way and things like that. But to say that there's one way to do it, I mean, it's just ridiculous, right?
What I will say about Reddit though, it is good. Like for how brutal and honest it can be, it can also be one of the most supportive places that I've seen as well. Like so 100%. Many people just show each other love, and it is really good. So do check it out. It's not all bad.
Yeah. Someone said here, like, and this is a common theme. Like, it's a popularity contest these days. Who's more flashy? And yes and no. I think yes and no.
Like you said though just before, it depends what you want to be, right? And just I think my point I'd get across is, what are these kind of like thoughts and things doing to you, like subliminally, like having this like, oh my god, they're too flashy, or oh my god, they're just playing this kind of music. Like, what benefit does that get you into where you like want to be? Because for me, I know DJs who it just holds them back from creating things because you don't want to end up quote unquote like that person. Yeah. You see like this successful person on Instagram, but you don't want to like have your phone on you all day and all this kind of stuff. So what I'll do is totally the opposite, and I'll be so bitter about everything that surrounds it that it just keeps me in my box, which is on the road to nowhere. So I'll just be like open to it, like that mentality.
Yeah. Someone asked what a good Reddit, like DJ Reddit threads.
Yeah. Just DJs.
There's one, our DJs, our beat match.
Yeah, beat matching, EDM.
DJ setup. And then even music genres. So the music genres you like, there is a lot for the electronic music genres like house music, techno. There's lots. If you just type that in, you'll find those threads.
Do you know what's even better though? Our Discord. So if you just Google Crossfader Discord, it's got literally thousands and thousands of DJs. Yeah. In there, you've got forums that you can ask questions. There are different subtopics like DJ setup. There's topics on your genre, daily chat, questions, software tips, stuff for this podcast. So that's where you should be going.
Oh, I just want to read this comment out because, some of it's very engaged today. I love it. I love the comments that are coming in. Very engaged. This one is a great comment, really aligns with me. DJing is an individual's translation and expression of sharing the joy of creating new sounds when smashing two different vibrations into something new.
Yeah, man.
Whoa, geez.
Love that. That's like deep.
Nailed it.
So I'll give you one of these. Straight to the heart. Yeah. Mic drop.
Love that. I just wanted to read that out because I think it was so well put. Yeah. And that's not the only reason for it, but when it comes down to the pure essence of it, you're creating something new and you're creating this vibe.
I think people forget about the core is the music that people are listening to. I don't care if you stood still for an hour or you're jumping up on stage with your top off throwing cakes. If people are enjoying it, that's all that matters at the end of the day for me.
Sure.
For me. Gang, at the top of this, I said that I'm willing to sell my kidney for some glasses.
Yeah, you did.
If you are a tech geek like all of us, you might have watched the Apple event, you might have not, but there are some new goggles coming out Goggles?
Goggles, no. I don't think the goggles. I'm not going swimming.
There are some new Apple goggles.
Could you imagine Apple goggles?
The Apple goggles swim up to 9 billion meters. There's some new Apple goggles. I don't know what they are. Glasses. AR glasses coming out from Apple next year.
Yeah.
And it's divided the office, but there was a DJ related bit of content in the promotion for it as well.
Yeah.
Our good friends, Algorithm DJ, they had a little snippet in there of the showcase to it with DJing through these glasses. So these glasses are coming out next year. They're $3,500.
Yep.
Danny hates them.
I don't hate all of them. Not the whole thing. Just
I am
part
willing
of it.
to sell my kidney right now if anyone can get me them.
From an entertainment point of view, I'm there for it.
Okay.
Apart from
Do you know what's interesting? So Tribe XR,
Yes.
which is the virtual DJ.
It's like an
It's
app.
like a not virtual DJ,
No.
the software. I mean, it's a virtual DJing setup where you can DJ on like CDJs, but it's VR. It's virtual reality.
VR.
AR is augmented reality,
Yeah,
so it
AR,
places it in your environment. It's a slight difference there. But the Tribe XR, I've tried it. It's good, but it's weird because just like any VR, like you can kind of get a bit disorientated and you're not actually touching physical things. Yeah. Whereas what I've seen from Algorithm in this little snippet, because it's AR, it's placing the equipment. So you could have your table there, and it's kind of putting the equipment on your table. And then I think rather than you trying to touch the equipment and it kind of work with some, control joysticks in your hands.
You're using your hands.
You're using your hands,
And
but
your
I think
eyes.
what they're doing, you've already seen it from Algorithm DJ where they've got this hand gesture, so it literally uses the front-facing camera on your phone. You can do effects by like waving your hands over the top of your phone. You're not even touching it. Yeah. And they're going to, I can just see they're already expanding that into actually DJing. So imagine like Iron Man, where he's using his fingers to like move stuff around.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's like that. But I can see a kind of use for that where, like, could you imagine if you hybrid the two? You had your actual equipment in front of you, but you were controlling effects by like moving your hands around above the equipment, and that combination. I think there's something to it, and I'm really excited to try it when it finally comes around to that.
All over it.
I think it's interesting, and I'm not into metaverse VR like that kind of stuff yet, but. You've got some goggles, haven't you?
I've had the PlayStation ones. I've had the Oculus one, and they are fun. And then but you were talking about so the Oculus are like £450 or something, £500, and then we're talking about an Apple product which is going to be like $3,500. So I just think it's going to be on a different level. And I just love anything new technology, anything. Like that, I just want to put the goggles on my face. So I'm buzzing for it, and it's interesting to see how the DJ world will take over it. Me and Jamie are going Park Life this weekend, and I think that there'll be a time where I don't want to be in a field with loads of sweaty people.
Yeah.
And I'd just love to be in the middle of Park Life with these goggles on in the comfort of my own house, but still like next to like Fred again and Skrillex,
Yeah.
And I think that this is another place where, we saw in lockdown all these kind of virtual festivals and things like that. And it's working to a point, isn't it? And there were like, YouTube VR and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like another step towards this immersive thing where, DJs and artists will have big concerts and things like that, and you'll be able to buy VR tickets. And I just think that now Apple in play is just a different level.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's one thing doing it on your £500 ones that you sat on your couch or with like an Apple computer attached to it. So exciting stuff. Have we got loads of good comments?
We've got loads of good comments. Do you want to do a game and then come back to the comments?
Let's get to a game. Let's go.
Right, so I have favorited loads of comments. We're going to fly through them after this game.
Cheers for the comments, gang.
Yeah, it's so engaged today. What a good topic. But yeah, this game, we've run through so many games on this podcast. And the one game we've kind of shied away from is the one I'm about to play because of copyright.
Normal podcasts stick to one game. And
yeah.
just do it over and over again.
So we're going to do this.
You know what? We have done this, though. We have done like 1 second snippet things.
Have we?
I wouldn't, we have.
So just don't grass us up to like Spotify or Apple
don't
Music
Spotify.
or anything. We're going to play little snippets of songs.
Apple Music, I will buy you goggles if you just let us off.
Right, so Danny,
Stop calling them goggles.
I've got 8 songs. You can play along in the chat as well, live. I'm going to play a snippet of the song. It's literally probably less than a second. I'm giving you some challenges
Plot
here.
twist, Danny wins.
Yes, Danny is very good at this kind of thing. So, yeah, let's do it. So, first one.
Cool.
Bicep glue.
Bicep glue.
Oh, nice. Yes, bit of bicep glue.
Yeah.
See, it's amazing
Stop
though.
it, stop it. Too long.
Right. Next one.
Original Nutter.
Whoa!
Jason Status remix.
See, I was going for bad man sound.
It's
it the
not the
original?
Jason Status remix. It's the 25
anniversary one.
Anniversary
Yeah,
one.
play
Yeah.
quick, play
Yeah.
Play a quick little talk over it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
See,
We're
I was
talking
going for,
over it.
dun,
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
man sound. I thought
Yeah.
it was that.
Right, next one.
Oh, oh my God, nasty.
No, it's.
Is it not?
No, wait, I'll get it.
Is it not nasty?
Should we turn it up a
Oh, do you know
Yeah,
what?
turn it
It's,
up.
they're all so similar, like
Yeah,
these songs.
so is
Like,
it Skepsis?
that bass line sound, Skepsis goes like, I think.
Skepsis goes like.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
play a bit of it.
Yeah. Nasty came out exactly the same time, didn't it? And sounded
Yeah,
exactly
around
the
the
same.
similar time, yeah.
Nasty.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 4, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh, Sincere, MJ Cole.
Wow. See, I knew Johnny had
I
one.
wouldn't have got that.
Yeah. Let's play a bit of it. What a
You
beautiful
know what?
tune.
This one is one of my lower tier garage ones.
Really?
I know that's controversial.
Oh, I love this
I know that's controversial.
I love
I'm more of a
this tune.
MJ Cole crazy love kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was between the two.
Yeah.
It's that thing you could just literally get a note. I was going to do Rumble, just that,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
one note can give a
Yeah.
song away is amazing.
Oh,
Fisher burning
Fisher
up.
burning.
Is
What's
it
it called?
burning? You Little Beauty.
Yeah.
innit?
Little Beauty.
Whoa, you're doing well, guys. Do well.
Yeah.
Man, I had to play it 7 times a week for 4 years.
Next time, I'm going to go a bit deeper because I tried to pick ones that I thought you might play a lot.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Right.
So, but I've chose really small snippets.
Yeah,
but it's,
yeah.
I mean, props to the producers. Number 6.
Oh, Drake,
Is
take
it
care.
Either that or it's the XX one.
It's,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
same
So
song.
same
yeah,
thing.
sorry,
Really,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
You can
So
contribute to
distinct,
better.
Mine and Daddy's taste of music coming out there.
Yeah.
So it's Jamie XX, Jill Scott Heron, I'll Take Care of You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
Oh,
So nice.
Such tune.
Hope they play this at Park Life or someone plays
Oh, yes.
it. Right. Are we ready for number 7?
Oh, Midland
final
credits.
credits.
Midland credits. Final credits.
Midland.
I mean, let me just
credits.
play this again for people that are listening.
This is my
Like, literally those
Yeah.
notes. Well done.
that is my opening set song now.
It's my favourite song.
For
It's your
one
favourite
of the
song of all
this
perfect
time.
whole
ending
year,
songs.
this whole year is my opening set song.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I played outside. Oh, this is a fun one. I played a DJ set, so I finished Crossfader at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon and went and played on a terrace outside in the sunshine to students from like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, and it was absolutely packed, and it was sick.
Shall we just play a bit of that?
And I played Midland credits, and it went off.
Do you know what? It sounds like someone's like either squeezing a beat or a balloon. that
You
synth
can't
sound.
hear it.
It's weird because that track is like 8 minutes long, and it doesn't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it doesn't get boring,
No,
and it's
no,
like
no. It's
wow.
really
Even
good.
if you're not into like house music
Yeah.
or electronic music,
Yeah.
there's something.
By the way, if you
about
don't know
that
what that song is Midland Final Credits. Go and find that and add it to your disco house playlist or something.
It's like almost meditative. Like I put it on at home and I'm just like in a trance.
Yeah, it
I'll
is.
lose like 8 minutes or however long the song is. I'm like, what have I just been doing?
It's so nice. It's so nice to start a set with because you can go anywhere with it, and it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're at Park Life this weekend, yeah. Oh man, me and Jamie going Park Life, and
Oh.
we've basically just found the stage. We don't need to go anywhere. The stages. Shall I get the times? Have you got? So the one stage is what Skrillex,
T-shirt.
Peggy Goo.
Oh no, yeah, Skrillex, Peggy
Peggy
Goo,
Goo.
and then Fred
Oh,
again.
Giotti as well.
Yeah.
Before Skrillex, and it's like, yeah, we're just gonna go park ourselves there, aren't we?
Yeah. Right, last one. Are we
Last
ready?
one, let's go. Oh,
What?
I don't
Kate
know.
Renata,
I don't know
Light
the song
Spots.
name. Yeah, Light Spots. Yeah,
Yeah, well done.
I know the song.
Very good.
Yeah, I knew the
Right,
song.
let's play it.
What's it called? Light Spots.
Yeah.
I just know this is a Kate Renata song.
The drums, man.
Do you know what?
Kate
You
Renata
just
just-
can't
Whoa.
replicate Kate Renata. There's something that
The
he
swing,
does.
I don't understand. Even when I like play around producing music,
You can't
if I
do
try
it.
and replicate that swing, it just doesn't work.
Nah, it's so hard to do.
Have you watched his Coachella set?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Sick.
Right, someone said we have no chance. You guys are too good.
Yeah,
Bravo.
it's, you know what?
Yeah.
Usually, not really.
I think we should definitely do more of this game as long as we
Yeah.
don't get like flagged.
If this is up next week, then we'll carry on doing it.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, thank you for tuning in today. all legends of this podcast every single week. We always want to give back some major value to you. We hope there's some value in the podcast as well, of course. But if you are interested in learning how to DJ or leveling up your skills, head over to wearecrossfader.co.uk. Check out some of our courses, and anyone who listens to this podcast gets 20% off all of our DJ courses. You just need to use the code off the record, all in capitals, off the record, and you can get access to how to get gigs course, techno course, all our Serato, Tractor, record box, and all our music and skill-based courses as well. So if you want to level up, or if you want to just start DJing, then go and check it out and use that code.
Right, so like I said, the chat has been great.
You know what? We found people like talking about themselves, and I think that we found a topic where we can just go, you guys run the podcast.
But it's great because it gives so much diversity. Like I said at the start of the podcast, and hopefully people that are listening, in the future can hook into some of these stories. There are some comments here, like we always like to do. There's some questions we're going to answer that could hopefully help the wider community of DJs as well. So there's a mix and mash.
Let me rewind to the point, the story at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So let me give the update, because it does give some great advice.
Okay.
So he got this gig, right, from DJ for Cascade. So his update how I got this gig. So
you said this was his first gig as well?
Yes.
That is thrown in the deep end.
I want to clarify that I was one of 3 openers for Cascade, and I definitely wasn't the one right before him either.
Okay.
It's pretty simple, really. A club promoter who also handles the opening talent asked my friend if he knew any DJs there, as they're always looking for opening talent. I reached out to the promoter, and he asked me for a 30-minute sample mix. Take that in, guys. Soak that one in, by the way. I'll come back to that. From there, he just told me to text him for any upcoming shows that I might be interested in. Of course, there's a lot of promoting that goes to it, and it's essentially pay-to-play. Bit of a plot twist here.
Oh.
You're required to sell a certain amount of tickets. I feel like there is a lot of mixed feelings about this, but for me, I thought it was fair. I'm a nobody with no experience. What does the club gain by letting me play? So I get it. Selling the tickets is the hardest part, but you do get paid for the actual gig. Eventually, when you've built yourself up and you can reach the slot right before the headliner, then you're not required to sell tickets anymore. Once I decided on the show, I had a logo and visuals made on Fiverr. Easy peasy. I love the mentality of this guy,
Yeah.
He's absolutely on it. That's interesting though. I've never known that happen where you got a gig, but you got to sell some tickets if you want it, kind of thing. Because what if they don't
been
sell
quite popular. No, it's something. Yeah, that
fair enough.
In the last few years, it's become like a thing, and like he said, there's a lot of backlash against it, and I understand why it can piss other DJs off. Like, why should I have to sell tickets? My job is to DJ.
Yeah.
But like he said, like imagine if you're young, going out already a lot, enjoying the club scene in general, and you want to be DJing there. Now, what's to stop you from trying to make some extra money and sell tickets for an event? Oh, by the way, if you sell some tickets, you can also DJ at it. You could reframe it in that way and go, oh, if I was just a ticket seller and just promoting an event, great, I can earn some money.
Yeah.
Now I can earn some money and actually DJ at it. And then maybe it turns into a DJ career and I don't have to sell tickets, but you could, flip it the other way around. I get that it could dilute. People think it dilutes the industry and things, because they'll only find people that can then promote the event, and it doesn't matter about the quality of the DJ and stuff. But this person's asked for a 30-minute sample mix as well, which is great.
And it's not difficult. I used to run events a lot, and we hire 18-year-olds to sell tickets in their high schools or colleges, and they sell them because they're all their mates, right? So if you're a beginning DJ, it's not hard to get your mates to spend some money on a ticket to see a massive artist, by the way, and even just to come and see you DJ. So, and another sort of mentality shift that I'll get your head around is like, you might be like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to sell tickets to DJ. And it's like, well, somebody will. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
DJ AD said the pay to play is big in New York.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a little intimidating. But then someone else said, DJ Thriller, I was a drummer in a band for many years. Selling tickets is a must.
There you go. It's like somebody will do it. So if that's the road you want to go down, then do it. But it shouldn't be too not hard, but should be you should be passionate about want to do it. So
it's like that. If you're a band, if you're an artist,
you sell tickets. Yeah,
you've got to sell tickets to your gig. So
you got to promote.
I see where people are coming from. You can't have it all. Right. Let's fly through some of these questions, comments,
let's go.
and in no particular order. We might be going back and forth throughout the podcast here, so bear with us. Someone asked, DJ Flex 4, Record Box or Serato with stems? I think you've answered your question. Definitely use Serato with it. if you want to use stems. It's way better than Rekordbox's version of stems. Rekordbox, you get into the ecosystem. So if you do eventually want to play on CDJs and just use a USB, then go with Rekordbox, because you're going to manage all your music in there and have all your hot cues and analysis all saved within that ecosystem. Play with both though. If you're just starting out, you've got access to both softwares. Have an experiment with both. There's no issues with that. Right. Why did people get into DJing? Because of the love of music. DJ seemed like a magician and wanted to know how the magic was done. Also, my uncle was a DJ and always played the best music on vinyl. I started learning 8 years ago after seeing a friend work in the clubs. I never took it seriously though until last year when I was offered a residency. Now I run 2 nights and love it.
Amazing. That's a bit similar to legend Holland, who he was kind of a light jock for a while, wasn't he? And he kind of like, I'll try this, and then made a career out of it. Shout out Holland.
I started DJing in 1992 after watching the movie Juice.
Hey, we were saying this again, like inspiration comes out of nowhere. You might see it in a movie. You might see somebody DJing like a shop or something, and be like, oh yeah, this is cool.
I mean, again, going back to like where you're getting inspired from, and we were talking about virtual DJing. This person said, I learned how to stream music in VR chat directly by virtual cable about 3 years ago. Got lobbies dancing and was thinking DJing could be something for me. Got my controller and joined a virtual club. So literally that started in like the virtual world, which is amazing. It's great to hear.
Get me some goggles.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and pick the ones about people starting DJing, because it's great ones. I started DJing vinyl in my bedroom for the love of tunes and hard to find mixes after quitting my gigging rock band.
A lot of bands. A lot of band people. I guess if you've got a musical talent, it's not hard. When we did some of the pirate workshops, there was a lot of musicians, a few sax players, a few drummers, and it's like for them, it's kind of an easy win because they're already in a market that are booking talent. So if they're like, oh, do you want a sax player? No. Oh, I can DJ as well. It's like, oh, okay. I can DJ while I play sax if you want. So yeah.
Someone said, I used to go to the clubs when I was 14. Hold tight the underages.
Yes.
The security always let me in.
You know what?
If I waited,
used to be very
life.
easy to get fake ID. Used to be very easy.
A lot of old school DJs here as well. Started off in 1992 on vinyl, having first been a bedroom DJ. Had 18-inch speakers, twin deck belt drive turntables, old school disco lights. First gig was local pubs. Nice. Right, should we get into some other questions as well? Oh, actually, we've got an answer to something from earlier.
Go on, then.
Right. Clubs starting at 11 because clubs had late licensing, used to finish. So I think what I meant to say is bars used to finish at 11 p.m. So clubs picked up when the pubs shut.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. A bit dated though, isn't it?
It is a bit dated.
It's a bit dated now when you think about like the brunches and all that kind of scene.
Plus, I've always felt like you're either a pub person or a club person.
I guess so.
Like,
I don't know. It does make sense. Yeah, you go to the pub for pre-drinks, or you go to the bar and then you go to a club. I get that, but you can have it all you want. There's a bar at the club. I'm still campaigning, guys. We're going to turn nightlife into 5 p.m.
Day life.
5 p.m. Day life?
Nightlife.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
day life. Well, man, I am quitting Crossfader tomorrow.
Copyright.
Traveling the world, spreading the news.
Why is hip hop so hard to DJ?
Oh, that is a good question. I guess it's because there's so many genres, right? There's so many genres, and the tempo. There's so many tempos in hip hop music, like literally,
it can literally go
60
the whole
BPM, the whole spectrum is in hip hop, which is why it's amazing when you get your head around it. I would put with music all about selection. So if you're struggling transition wise, literally stopping and playing is your best friend. Like, as long as the music's right, there's nothing worse than if I'm in a bar or a club listening to some hip hop. The best compliment I can give you is that I don't notice that you're DJing, but I notice a bad DJ. So if I'm listening and there's I can hear clanging mixes and echoes everywhere and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, what is going on? But if it's just almost blends into the background, if it's like a bar, that's a good DJ to me. So stopping and playing or just learn one good transition, like echoing out or something like that, just to start off, I think.
Same person said, did my first club gig on Saturday for a 1 hour set, got paid $75, but got given a $100 drinks card.
Oh, wow. No way. So wait a minute, his first gig was 1 hour and essentially got $175.
Madness.
Oh my Lord, living.
The $100 drinks card, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Your gig could go south quickly, couldn't it?
That's dangerous. I mean, that's probably 2 pints of Park Life this weekend, isn't it? But that is a lot. I mean, $175 for your first gig.
For an hour as well.
That's going to take some. If you got paid more than that for your first gig, let me know in the comments.
Yeah.
Because I got £14.50.
Nice. Someone's got a gig as well. Rave DJ here. I'm playing a clandestine rave under a bridge on Saturday.
What's
Help me out.
I think
clandestine.
Clandestine, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What is it?
I want to say Irish.
Is
it like a group of people? Oh my god, this is so stupid here.
Oh, secret.
Oh, secret. Why
secret
did I think it was
operation.
Irish? You just sound like an Irish word. You're playing a secret gig. Oh, sick.
I love that.
Yeah.
Have you done any secret
I've never
gigs?
done one of these, I've never done one of these. Oh,
I think I did one for Red Bull once,
Oh,
maybe
right.
warming up when they used to throw like random parties where
So, like, you
literally
get
there's,
on the day,
on
you
the
get the
day, yeah,
location.
you like sign up and then certain people get sent the location and then I think they used to take over houses like in our local
Right.
area. They take over a student house, so Red Bull would go to a student digs
Jeez.
and put all the sound system in and get like
Whoa.
I think they used to have like up and coming house DJs that were like artists
yeah,
playing
yeah.
in random student houses.
But the point is, it's a secret and you shouldn't have told us that.
It's not a secret anymore. What was that event? What was it? Not Michael Beebe? Who? Oh no, Patrick Topping was on.
Where he did Headingley Mile.
Yeah. What was it? What was the tagline?
So
It was
in here in Leeds where we are, they have a really big student area that is called, they do the Otley Run,
Yeah,
which is
it's
basically
like all the Headingley
loads
Mile.
all the Headingley Mile, like loads of pubs, loads of bars.
On a strip.
Yeah, and basically Patrick Topping, the DJ, decided to do a set at every single, I think it was like 7 venues or something, or maybe
Yeah.
These
more.
are proper like pubs.
Yeah,
though,
like
Oh,
real
yeah,
pubs,
it's
yeah.
British pubs.
Yeah,
pubs.
and one of them was a Barber's as well. Like.
One of them was a shop because I think there was it called Shopping with Topping or something. There was
Something
a
like that.
tagline
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was great, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
playing like all through Leeds for an afternoon with all the students.
Class.
Great.
Right, let's finish on this. DJ Smithy, who we were just talking about,
Good
the $100 drinks card.
Cool
He
one,
said,
then.
I didn't want to drink, but my boss who runs the club and who was DJing after me said he wanted me to drink because he could tell I was nervous and wanted to get rid of the nerves.
You know what? Managers are some of managers are the worst.
They
man.
are.
They're literally like
Drink
get you
this now.
smashed, and the next day they're like, "What happened to the decks?" It's like, bro, you fed me Jaeger bombs all night.
Right, should we leave it at that?
On
Until
that note,
next week.
guys, thanks for it. That's been so
Yeah,
engaging. We'll
such
come
a
back.
good
We
podcast.
might actually double up on this topic next week, so you guys can get
Yeah.
involved even more. Remember, guys, Legends of this podcast get 20% off with the code off the record for 20% off all of our courses. Just go to wearecrossfader.co.uk now, and also we are sending out weekly newsletters with loads of information about what we've been up to, stories about us, and also like music we're listening to, tracks that you can download, all that kind of thing. It's a weekly newsletter, brand new, so just go to wearecrossfader.co.uk and create an account, and we'll add you to the weekly newsletter where you get loads of good vibes from us, and we'll see you again next week.
Big up.
Peace out.